Good afternoon. It's gonna wait for somebody to pop on. I'm not sure why that little message popped up. Let's see if I can get that message off. There we go. Hi, Michelle. Y'all might see somebody come down the stairs because my son's girlfriend is over and she comes downstairs to use the restroom downstairs because who wants to use the boys' restroom? So you might see her in the background go back upstairs. So hey, Darla. Let's see. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon wherever you are. I've got the window open just a little bit so it can give me a little bit more natural light, but not be so bright on my eyes because I have really sensitive eyes. And so when it's too bright, I don't know about you, but my eyes water up. It can give me a headache, the whole 9 yards. So just try to make sure there's enough light so I can show you guys what we're doing today. But thank you guys wherever, Darla. Yes, I did. I cut it last week, and so when I did the unboxing video, I had been rushing back. I think it was the same day you got your hair cut, Darla. So, but it'll grow out nicely. It just always, when you cut it the first time, it could be a snag, too short, but it'll grow back. It's just hair, and I'm just thankful to still have hair. So hi, Landa. Thank you. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday afternoon wherever you are. There's another squirrel on the fence right outside the window. So, of course, oh, he's so cute. It's a baby squirrel. I love babies. I love babies. We have so many trees around the house. Hey, Stella. That we have all kinds of little critters that run around the house, and right outside this window is part of our side fence, and so we always see little I've seen possums, I've seen the squirrel, there's birds, there's a crepe myrtle tree right outside this other side of the window, so it's always nice to see the babies running around out there and the birds. So, but thank you guys for joining me. For those of you that have never watched one of my videos before, I know a lot of you do, and I thank you so much, and I thank you for all your likes, your comments, your hearts. Thank you for sharing. But my name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I live in the San Antonio, Texas area. So if you're ever in this neck of the woods and you would like to join me for a class, an actual live class, just jump on my website and go under the events tab, and you will be able to see all of the monthly classes and events that I have going on. Sorry, that squirrel is really moving now. Oh, he's so cute. He's got a fluffy tail. So, hi Carolyn, thanks for joining us this afternoon. But don't forget, I am live here every Sunday at 3 p.m. and rain, sleet, snow, shine, even if I don't get enough sleep, I'll still be here. So I enjoy spending my Sunday afternoons with you guys and showing you everything there is about our Stampin' Up! Products. So if you're not familiar with Stampin' Up!, we are a paper crafting company, and we cater to all different levels of crafters. Whether you've never heard of Stampin' Up!, whether you used to do it and you want to get back into it, or maybe you're an avid stamper, or maybe you're even a demonstrator. I know we have a few demonstrators that are watching us today we're all on the same team. And so whether you want to do it as a hobby, whether you want just for the discount, which those kind of two go along with each other. If you're doing it as a hobby, you're doing it because you want a discount. And if you're like me, you want a discount, you want to get things for free, you want to be able to go to Stampin' Up! Exclusive events. You want to be able to see items early before the general public gets to see them. You want to order them. You want to play with them. The whole 9 yards. There are so many benefits to being a demonstrator. And so if you're interested in being a part of the Stampin' Up! Family and being able to take advantage of all of these benefits that are available to us, contact me. I can share more with you, and then we can talk about what you want to get out of it and see how we can fit this to your needs. So, but let's get started with our stuff today. Let's do the drawings for last week, and let's go over the monthly online ordering special. So let me go ahead and get this pointed down so that we can see. There we go. Hi, Veronica. So there is our, I didn't have time to play with this light, and it really does bother me, but I need light on this side over here. There we go. So there is the monthly special, the online ordering special host code that you would use. But if you don't want to fool with the code or typing in that web address, if you order $25 or more in the month of November, you're going to get a free card kit in order to make these 4 cards that is using our Gilded Autumn Suite. And there's a glare on them because I have them in protective envelopes. But those 4 cards, everything is cut for you. The only thing that's not done is the stamping part. So I do as much as I can within our Stampin' Up! Guidelines. So you will need to have the stamp, but if you have a different stamp, you can certainly use different sentiments. But all of this designer series paper and cardstock is cut for you. And you can see just with these cards how well the Stampin' Up! Products color coordinate with each other. We've even got some embossing going on with this particular card. But this is our Gilded Autumn Suite, and it's in the current August to December mini catalog. And this suite is gorgeous, so gorgeous. There's actually a shine to that paper, not just because it's in a protective case, but it's a specialty paper as well. So it's gorgeous, but you're going to get a free card kit in order to make these 4 cards. So you can just scan that QR code, and it takes you straight to my website and automatically plugs in that code. That way you get credit for getting that class. Now, if you remember last week, we made these really cute gift card holders. This one has a belly band on it, and this was made in order to hold money. So it's kind of slim, and it has a belly band on it. And then we had this one that was made out of an envelope. You just open that up, and then you have a little flap there where you can slide in either money or a gift card, and then just tie it back up. So we had a lot of entries for last week. There were a lot of likes, comments, there were several shares. And so that's how you get entered into the drawings to win, to have a chance to win the demonstrations that I do every single week. So if you liked, comment, for every like, comment, you're in there. So you can see there's a lot of names from last week. And then if you share, you actually get 2 entries. But you have to tell me you shared in the comments, because Facebook does not always give us a complete list of everybody that shares. So I want to make sure that your name is in there and you have the proper credit for your share. So let's go ahead and spin this, and let's see who wins. I know Darla's probably sitting there with her fingers crossed again. Let's see. I don't know, Darla. You were in there a while, a few times. And it's Jessica Garza. She's also on my team, but she's also my cousin. And she lives in Ohio. So I don't know if Jessica's on just yet. I know sometimes she works on Sunday afternoons. But congratulations, Jessica. You won the 2 gift cards from last week. And I already have your mailing address. So I will get you your prizes to you in the next day. Tomorrow, I guess tomorrow. Yeah, that's the next day. So, yay, congratulations. All right, you guys, so this week I wanted to showcase our pizza boxes. Now, if you have one of the annual catalogs, you know that we have pizza boxes that are available in gold. And for each set, you get 8, and the gold ones are $7 for 8 of these. And then we also have them available in white. Don't worry about that. That's part of what I'm going to be doing today. But they're also available in white, and they're food grade. So on the inside, there's that waxy part to the box, and that just lets you know that you can put food in them. And with the white ones, they're only actually $6. So it's $6 for a set of 8 white ones, and then it's $7 if you want the gold ones. And we're going to be doing a box for each one of them today. So let's get started. We're going to be getting started on our gold one, and let me show you what we're going to be doing. Let me show you first the other thing we're going to be using. With both of these boxes today, we're actually going to be using the stitched shape dies, which is a combination of stitched squares, stitched ovals, and stitched, this one's backwards, stitched circles. So you know we have lots of dies to choose from, and so for both of these I'm going to be using just the squares. So let me set those aside, and I don't know if you can tell, but what I did on the squares is I marked them on the outside of the cut line. There's 4 of them, so I marked a little tick with a black Sharpie for 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm going to be referring to those kind of in that order. We're going to be using all of them in different ways for both of these boxes. Hey, Jessica! So you missed the drawing, but the good news is you actually won the gift cards from last week. So congratulations. So our first box is going to be this really super cute and simple Santa box. We're just going to make a Santa box. And like I said, these are both food grade, so you can put anything you want inside of it, including cookies, candies, any kind of baked goods. But Santa's belt for this one is just a belly band. And then, so on the outside it says Merry Christmas. And then there is a 3.5, let me make sure. Yeah, it's 3.5 by 3.5 square piece of real red. And it's been embossed with the Parisian Flourish, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it's one of the 3D folders, but it's called Parisian Flourish. And so on the outside you have this belly band, and it says Merry Christmas. And then when you open it, on the inside, the sentiments come from the Christmas gleaming. On the inside it says, and be jolly this season. I don't know, that particular little sentiment just seemed appropriate for Santa, jolly, you know what I mean. So let's put this aside. Let me put this belly band back on, so anybody that's jumps on can see the finished product right there. And so you have your pizza box that comes flat, and you just want to make sure that every little score mark on this pizza box is really folded. It really helps in the end when it comes to making sure that you have a good, strong box that folds. Let's see. I'm trying to get all of these. There's so many of them on here. But I do have a trick when it gets a little closer to putting this full thing together. I just go back over it a couple of times, because you really do want to make sure that these are folded really well. And my son just ordered some food, so he's got food being delivered right now. You hear the door. Okay, so now let's start putting this thing together. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. Let's push this up a little closer. But I'm just assembling the box. And what I'm going to do for this little piece right here is I'm actually going to put some, just to help hold it close, I'm going to put just a few dimensionals on the back of this piece. Sometimes it helps with the form of the box. And so we'll just fold those down and get those. There you go. That just helps a little bit with that piece. All right. So then now we have our box, and now you can see how much nicer it looks when it's really creased on those score lines. And I've already done all of the die cutting and all of the embossing as well. So we're going to stick this 3.5 by 3.5 piece of real red on top. Okay, so just stick that on top. Kind of center it. Okay, so now we have that piece. And then we're going to work on our belly band, which is in basic black. It's a strip of basic black. Hi, Lisa. That is, let's see, it is 1.5 inches wide, and it's 11 inches long, and it's been scored at 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 8 1/4. Now you could simply take this piece of basic black and just wrap it around, but it really does help to already have some score marks to do that. So we're just going to wrap that around, and then where those two pieces come together, that's where you want to make sure you can use glue. Get this going here. You can use glue, you can use tear and tape. I'm just using the seal. I'm not even using the Seal Plus. I'm just using the seal. Fold that over to where those two pieces come together. And then as far as the dies, I am using, let me get this, where's my little black piece? I had a little black piece. Well, I've got the gold piece. I have gold. Oh, here it is. It flew off to the side. So I'm using the little number 1 for the small piece, and then I use the number 2 one for this larger piece. So I'm just going to mat this little piece of basic black on this gold, right in the center. And then we have white dimensionals, and we also have black ones. I'm going to use the black ones on this one just because I'm going to use my mini ones because I have so many mini ones. I tend to use the larger ones, but we also have them in the smaller versions as well. And I'm using black because I don't want the white to show if it's looked at from either side. So all we're going to do is just put that right in the middle. That just represents his belt. And you can scoot this belly band up just a little bit. And then I took the sentiment and greeting from Christmas Gleaming. I took this Merry Christmas one, and I went ahead and stamped it in Memento ink, and all I did was I manually cut it. I didn't want to use another die, so I just manually cut this all the way around. Let's see if I got close enough on that other side. These are some sharp snips, so I want to make sure I get, okay. And then I'm going to put 2 small dimensionals on the back, just to give it, just to raise it up a little bit. And we'll put that one there. Guess I could have trimmed that a little bit more. And then I have this, let's see, this is a number, that was the number 3 one. So I have the number 3 one that I've already die cut for you. And I'm going to take, I probably shouldn't have put that belly band on yet, but I'm going to Stamp Up and Be Jolly. Make sure I got that on pretty good. And let's stamp that in the center. And then we're going to put that on the inside. So let me slide this belly band back off, because that one's going to go on the inside. Put that up. And nothing fancy, we're just going to use seal to put this down. Okay, right in the center. And then whatever gift you decide to put in here, you can, you know, there's plenty of room for some tissue paper or anything else, but there you have it. There is the one that I made here. That's what the outside look. There's nothing else on there. It's just something really simple. It looks something like Santa's outfit and his little belt. And then when you take the belly band off and you open it on the inside, it says, "And be jolly this season." And so there's plenty of space to put some gifts in there. Little ones, one big one. So there's number 1. Let's see. I'm not reading comments. Stella says adorable. I agree. And so now, let me wipe this up a little bit here. We're going to be doing this one using the white one. And so I'm just going to, same thing. You want to go through and bend and pop all these little loose pieces out that don't belong in there. So get all these parts bent, and if you notice, that one has a square that's die cut. I took the number, I think it's number 3, and I had to take it and run it through the die cutting machine twice, but it worked. The first time it worked, but I wanted it to really be a nice clean cut, and so I ran it through a second time through the die cut machine. And let's see, let me put that over that. So I ran it through the die cut machine, and then I left this piece in there just to show you how it just pops out. And then you can actually use this piece for something else because it's got a nice little stitch to it. So so save that piece if you like saving scraps. And now you have this open piece. So let's do this. Let's put this one together. Everything just kind of snaps in place. And then I'm going to put some glue dots on the back of this one as well, just to help hold. I put 2 of them. And it's not a permanent little stick because they're just glue dots, but it's just enough to help keep this closed. There we go. And then now we have our top. So just fold that over. So there you have it. There's that piece. Now, what I did with the opening, let me open that back out, is I have a window sheet. So I cut a 2.5, it's a 2.5 by 2.5 square piece of our window sheet, and I'm sticking a glue dot. Make sure I can get a glue dot on every corner, but I want it to be as close to the corner as possible because I don't want that glue dot to show through the opening. Oops. That was rough. Hold on. It popped out of my hands. Make sure I'm on the right side. Let's get one on here. Let's see. I know I'm missing one. Here we go. Alright, well, this one's not wanting to pop off. There we go. Okay. So now I have a glue dot on all four corners. We're just going to center it over this opening. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just don't want the glue dots to show from this side over here. So then now I have this piece right there. And then I have 4 pieces of soft suede. They are all, let's see, what are these? They are 1 inch by 3.5 inches. And we're going to put these on with our multi-purpose glue. Now, most people use that side there, but I wanted to show you there actually is another side to the glue that we can use. And I'm going to use it on this side just because I want more coverage, but I also want to make sure that I'm putting the glue on the right side as well. So let's get, I want to show you, if you squeeze, it's coming out. There we go. Got to get a good grip on it myself. So, but if you squeeze, you've got glue that comes out, and it just helps with getting more coverage and more even coverage. And you want to be careful around the edges, just because if you put too much glue on the edge, when you go to put this down, it could squeeze out onto the paper. So we're just going to stick one of these on each side. I'm going to give it just a little pressure, not too much. And so while I'm doing these other ones, that one that I put on there will be setting. So you want enough, but you don't want to put too much on there so that it's not oozing out at the top or bottom, and then that glue dries on something else and sticks. Now I'm looking at the paper because when you cut cardstock, there is a smooth edge to your cardstock, and then there is a cut edge. And you can tell, I'm going to show you this last piece so you know what I'm talking about. Get those dried. And let's see if you can actually see it on here. You might not even be able to see it on here. I don't know. I know I can see it, but there's a raised edge that kind of flaps back, so when you run it through your trimmer, it pushes the paper down. So if you're ever putting adhesive or stamping on a particular side of your paper, you want to make sure that you're using the rough side when you do this, so that you stamp or you put your adhesive on the rough side, and your smooth, clean side is what shows on the outside. So now we have all these pieces all the way around. And then now we can work on our front. And let me go ahead and close that glue. But don't forget, you have another side of the glue. Now I have lots of scraps of the Poinsettia Petals Designer Series paper. So I took one of these pieces, which this is a 3.5 by 3.5 part piece of Designer Series paper, and I used the number 4 die cut in order to cut a hole from the inside, because I want this piece, and I did use our seal on this one because this width is the perfect width for what I just cut. So now I have seal all the way around the edge, and oh, it's sticky. I want to stick this over the top piece here. Just got to get it even. There we go. So then now I have this little opening there, and now I have a piece of very vanilla that I cut using the number 4. So the number 4 is the outside layer, and then I used the number 3 as the inside layer, and when I ran it through the die cutting machine, I came out with this frame. And I'm just going to use glue dots again, if I can get one on each corner here. I don't know why these glue dots are testing me today. There we go. I'm just going to put one on each corner here. Actually, you know what? I think what I did is I also put one in the, on the inside center as well, because I wanted it to be even all the way around with adhesive. Oops, I kind of tore that a little bit. If you're joining us, I'm not looking at the comments, but if you're joining us this afternoon, thank you guys so much. I hope you're enjoying the demonstrations so far, just to show you what we can do with our pizza boxes. That one kind of tore a little bit. Let me get that down. There we go. And so this little opening right here helps cover up any of that white that showed through. I think I might have cut this designer series paper just a little short on the bottom, but you get the gist of it. Okay. Now what I also did is I took a piece of this designer series paper from the Poinsettia Petals DSP. The other side is that one, but I took this one and I manually cut out one of the little poinsettia flowers with that greenery. And on this one, I'm actually going to use a large white Stampin' Dimensional. And I'm going to stick this right here on that corner. So I would recommend putting the dimensional on here. That way you know exactly where it's going to be. Because if you're off just a little bit, you can see how it'll show through there, through that window. And the only purpose for the window is just so that you can, let me put that on there, see the gift that's on the inside. Now, the Poinsettia Suite also has this matching, I've been wanting to use this ribbon for a long time, so I'm like, I've got to use this DSP. But it's a sheer ribbon that's 3/8 inches long, and all we're going to do is, well, no, I'll go ahead and do it, because I wanted to show you on this one what I did. So let's just wrap this around. I'm wrapping it around on the roll itself, and we are going to tie a bow, but we're also going to be using, let me get this on here. We're also going to be using, because I need a third hand right now, and none of you guys can help me with what I'm doing right now. I've got a little, let's see if I can get this over here on this side. There we go. I got a little bitty, little, I don't know what you want to call this. It's not quite a, it's just where the two ribbons come together. But what I'm trying to do is get my reversible tweezers underneath that to help hold it down. Ooh, there we go. So if you have a set of some reversible tweezers, these come in super handy when you're trying to tie a bow and you need a third hand and you don't have one. There's no one around to put their finger on that bow. And then when you're done, you just slide them out and then hope they don't get caught on anything and mess up what you just did. So let me trim this just to separate that, and then let me finish with this bow. Let's get this bow looking a little better than that. Kind of did it sideways and upside down, so. And then after you do that, you can just trim your ribbon however you need to trim it. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing there. I know I keep sliding off camera. Okay, so now you have this being held closed with a bow, and I used all of my my accessories on some swaps that I did recently. So I'm just taking one of these wonderful gems, and you can use either one of them. On this box here, I used the ones on the lighter ones on the left, but for this one, I want to use one of these red ones. Let's see what one of these looks like. Oh goodness, remember my charm? I'll tell you, this thing has not gotten lost. These scissors are easily found now. So there you have it. You've got a little bit of a little bit of a bling in the middle of your bow, but there is another idea that you can use with the pizza boxes. And if you want to be able to see what's on the inside, give a little sneak peek, you can just create your own little window box there. And with this particular sample, all I did, let me slide the ribbon off. I actually just put, when you open it, I put, this is just to show you what you could do as far as gifts. So if you're looking maybe to gift someone a Stampin' Up gift, I put a couple of these blank ink spots in there, and then there's room enough for 2 of those and 2 of the re-inkers. Or you can put 4 ink spots, or you can put 4 little votive candles in there, because remember, this is food grade, so the wax from the votive candles won't mess up the box. But there you have it, you guys. You've got our Santa box, and then you have this pizza box over here. It's the white one that has been die cut with a window, just so that you can see what's on the inside, and it's been decorated with the designer series paper and coordinating ribbon, and then coordinating cardstock. So let's get this down. Let me move this back here. So I'll go back and look at the comments, but I hope you guys enjoyed the gift boxes today. And next week I'm going to be doing something different with gift packaging, because the season is here. If you haven't started Christmas shopping, now's the time. I should take my own advice, because I barely started last night or the night before. I don't even remember. So thank you, Darla. But think about all of the different types of packaging that we have. Last week we did the gift card holders, and today we did pizza boxes, and so next week I'll be doing something different. But I just want to show you how versatile our products are, and with just a little creativity. And that's what I'm here to help you with, to show you how to use the products, and then what all you can do with them, because we don't just make cards. We can make different projects. We can make home decor items, and so forth and so forth. So thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. That's okay, Marianne. You can watch the replay. And so I hope you enjoyed the products. And congratulations, Jessica. Get your prizes mailed out to you tomorrow. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon, and take care. And we will see you guys next Sunday at 3 p.m. All right. Bye-bye, y'all.